Hi everyone, I'm here with Greg Smoker from Teradek, and we're here at IBC 2018 to look at some of the new releases they have for the Red DSMC2 series. So Greg, what are we looking at over here?
So we have a whole bunch of stuff that basically surrounds this Red DSMC2 camera. We have a VistaVision Stormtrooper here, which is pretty cool. The first thing is the Teradek DSMC2 Bolt, which is a modular Teradek Bolt transmitter system. It comes in the same varieties of the current Bolt transmitters, so you can have a 500, a 1000, or a 3000, and those work together with all of your existing 500, 1000, 3000 receivers. And what it does is it fits sandwiched perfectly in line in the back of your DSMC2 camera, any DSMC2 camera. Takes the video, transmits it, and then passes all the other information and video out to your next I/O plate, power accessory.
Cool.
So it just kind of streamlines it, integrates it into the camera workflow, but you can also remove it if you want. You know, it's modular, use it on different cameras, and again, works with your existing fleet.
So what kind of range are we going to be getting on this transmitter?
Let's see, this one is a 500, but you can use a 500, 1000, or 3000,
Cool.
Priced accordingly.
Right, perfect. And I'm guessing that integrates with the whole ecosystem, so if you've got a 703 Bolt, a standard RX, or a Sidekick, you can use everything and get a full wireless workflow.
Yeah, so the DSMC2 Bolt will work with all of the integrated monitor receivers, like the Small HD 703 Bolt, which is essentially a Sidekick.
Yep.
Will also work with a Sidekick, XT, LT, or the original Sidekick 2. And the new Small HD Focus Bolt 500 will work with the 500 DSMC Bolt transmitter, and the Focus Bolt Sidekick will again work with all three of these DSMC2 bolts.
That is really cool. I mean, it just saves heaps of cables flying around everywhere and trying to figure out how to power the transmitter, and just makes the whole solution a lot neater, especially for gimbal operators, I imagine.
Yeah, gimbals, or even on a long form dramatic, series, you kind of want to get your camera super dialed in, the least amount of stuff. It helps you configure it faster when you do need to change it. One less box to, move around.
Cool. Now, I spotted another thing which I think is going to make lots of operators' lives a lot easier, and then that's this little box on the side of the Red.
Yeah, so one of the coolest things that we're showing at IBC here is the Teradek RT Assistant Camera Interface, the ACI. It basically takes your DSMC2 camera and provides the familiar interface that has become pretty ubiquitous on Cine cameras, which basically consists of the 6 buttons over a menu, over and under a menu, and then a menu selection click knob with your menu button, your back button, your home button, and then your playback buttons. And the nice thing is you've got all of your really key camera settings here. With the touch of a button, you can now change your frames per second, ISO, etc.
Yeah. So rather than having to dig deep into menus and sub-menus using the touchscreen, you can just get everything on the side panel.
Yeah, so a lot of people love the touchscreen, but operators kind of get annoyed by having to have the camera assistant, putting their fingers all over the screen. So this kind of lets you use it on the camera assistant side of the camera, and lets the operator have their own side of the camera.
And what's with the antenna on the top then?
So good question. The ACI comes in 3 different flavors. The base model, which is just the interface. So you screw it to the side of your camera, it connects to the camera and via power and red command protocol, RCP, and that will just give you the interface with the camera. Then the next model is the RF ACI. So it has built-in wireless radios. One is a frequency hopping 2.4 gigahertz spread spectrum, really robust wireless link, 5,000 feet, 1,500 meter range.
Nice.
And the other is Bluetooth for connecting your smartphone to it, updating it, doing some cool stuff. But what the RF link gives you is the ability to now control the ACI remotely, so you can get a second RF ACI, which becomes a remote camera controller, which has 5,000 feet range. So camera assistance, DIT, DOP, you get all the features and functions that are on the camera, remotely. So put on a crane, camera car.
Yeah, and for live events, I imagine that'd be invaluable, especially if you had static camera or roving camera.
Yeah, that too.
Potentially even a drone.
Yeah, exactly. So if you need to change your ISO on your drone, you can do that. The other thing that it lets you do is with the third model of the ACI, which is called the MDR ACI, you now have motor connections and some other connections which let you plug in remotes, wired zoom controllers, etc. But
Like
the motors will let you connect your Teradek RT lens motors, which we also have a new one I'll tell you about in a second. But you can now connect the remote controller along with a lens controller. So the cameraman, woman, DIT, they can do the camera settings remotely simultaneously as the focus puller is able to change the lens settings and the same wireless link.
All the while having that common interface that everyone's used to from using Alexas or Varicams or whatever.
Exactly, and it's not Wi-Fi, so there's no networking, there's no connecting IP addresses, it just selects a channel and links all together.
Yeah, I noticed. I mean, we've got a lot of wireless going on around here, especially from Teradek, and that still seems pretty solid, even at a distance.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point as well. Because it's 2.4 gigahertz, there's no risk of it interfering with the Teradek Bolt wireless video signal. Cool. So, it coexists nicely with that.
Nice. That's super exciting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing those out on the set. So, thanks very much, Greg.
Sure.